Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here on this Friday morning, wrapping up a good week here on the show, some good guests, some good videos, and we just enjoyed bringing it to you. We appreciate you watching it. Our weather today brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. High today, 83, low all the way down to 57 tonight. I think I'm reading that right. It's going to be cool, some cool weather for these Friday night lights. Water temperature actually went up a degree, up to about 77 now, so it will do that this time of year. Take a look at our river reading brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get out and do with a Mountain Dew. Looking at the Apalachicola Bluntstown, it's at a 1.8, and the Choctawhatchee Carabelle is at a 1.6. That rain we had helped a little bit on Choctawhatchee, but not near. We didn't get near enough rain in a lot of our areas, and I saw where some of our areas really got a lot of rain. So it was just wherever you were living, but Lord knows we needed that rain. Take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. October the 14th, and we have great tides today, all through the weekend, really good tides on into most of next week. Next Saturday don't look really good, but let's live for this weekend, take care of this weekend, we'll have some good tides. Let's take a look at our fishing game times today, with it being Friday. We'd like to look at them in this segment, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at 3:02 to 5:02 this morning, and this evening from 3:27 to 5:27. Our wind will be coming out of northeast at about 9. Now, it being Friday, you always think in October, especially October, September, you think about Friday Night Lights, high school football throughout America, and especially here in the Florida Panhandle, where it's always been strong. I plan on being up at Bozeman tonight. It's Bozeman's homecoming, and the Chipley Tigers are coming down. I'm looking forward to a really great high school football game tonight. So if y'all see me there, y'all come by and speak to me. I'd love to say hello, and looking forward to I went to Moses game last week, his homecoming. Tonight's Bozeman's homecoming. I love these homecomings, all these pretty dresses and all these mamas and daddies out there. So a lot of fun. All right, let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I want to try to promote the Bay High wrestling team. They're having a little tournament. And it's this weekend. Mark Deaton does a fantastic job promoting them, and he's trying to raise money, and he's doing a bass tournament, and he's going to be, there's his phone number right there. Okay, let me show you a whole poster, let's see, right here. $2,000 guaranteed. It goes to the Bay Wrestling Team. Saturday, October, it's this Saturday now, and I mentioned it a while back, but anyway, it's going to be down there at the Gaskin Park Ramp. Okay, get a chance to go down there and do it. And what I want to do now, if you remember last week, I started on the top 8 to 10 bucks taken in Florida last year, and I didn't get finished, so I'm going to go ahead and try to finish up on number. We're going to pick up, I'm going to go 5 through 8. We don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but I just think it's really remarkable this year that so many were taken in Calhoun County. So here, let's go to buck number 5. I just copied a picture out of Woods and Water. This is Matt Rich. He's actually from Weewall, but he's hunting in Calhoun County. That's a 10-point. Is that not a nice buck? Now, keep in mind, I want you to listen to these numbers. This was 133 points. And he'd seen this buck earlier, and he just kept him. He used the 2 C's. I always call it 2 C's: corn and camera. Those 2 things always stay up with the 2 C's when you're deer hunting. So that's number 5, Matt Rich. Number 6 right here. This is Kenny Tippett. Now, he was from Madison. There's always some big bucks coming out of Madison County. Usually more out of Madison County than the Calhoun County, but it was different this year. He watched this buck every summer in the food plot. His good story on his story here. He drives a semi truck, and he got in a little bit early, and he told his wife he was going to run down a tree stand for about 45 minutes before dark, and he just had a little window of time, which we always talk about. And he actually that particular day he took that buck, and that buck scored 132 and a half. Okay, the other 133, 132. Now let's go to buck number 7. This is Jared McCoy from Williston, and that area always has some nice bucks. He actually watched this buck for 6 years on his property right there. And see, he got game camera pictures age 3, age 5, and age 6. So that's a good job there of just taking the time. But it scored 132 and 3/8. And number 8, the final one here, this was Kyle Parker, and this is sort of unusual. How about Manatee County? Manatee County buck. It scored 132, but the cool thing on this one, he got it on public land. Can you believe he got a buck like that in Manatee County with all those people and all that population on public land? So that's the top 8 right there. 4 out of the top 6 were taken in Calhoun County. But I'm gonna go over the points again real quick to show you how close it was. It's sort of like these bass fishing or redfish tournaments. 5th place 133, then 132 and a half, then 132 and 3/8, and then 132 even. I mean, that's all within 1 inch of the scoring there. So I thought that was very unique. And one of the things I thought this was interesting while we're talking about deer, I want to share this with you right here. The 2 best times to see deer every day of the year. And I read this just came out really interesting, this little chart. Average movement, this is from the National Deer Association. Average movement, okay, and going from left to right now, you can see that peak around 6 a.m. That's right there around daybreak, okay? And then all the way to the far right, right there around dark, okay? So nothing unusual about that, but a lot of times around noon and all, we still see some bucks, but they don't move a lot in general. Then also look at the summer on the far right, where it shows you the guideline, the winter and summer. You see where they're moving around more in the winter time. That yellow line is early fall, and orange is in the summer. It's really interesting to take a look at this. If you get any kind of publication from the National Deer Association, that's really interesting stuff. And but the rut, the blue rut, see where that blue line is? That's the one you follow. Look how they're moving around. That's the top movement right there, the blue line. Okay, so we wanted to cover a little bit on the deer and let you know sort of what happened last year and what you got to look forward to this year. But those 2 important things, the 2 C's, the camera and the corn, and they can really get a lot documented and makes you a better hunter. All right, let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. You know, you never know when you're going to see some kind of outdoor activity in nature. It's nature doing its own thing, and you always got to be prepared if you want to sort of document it. And our phones have been really good. So the other day, I was right outside of Fox 28 studio, and I saw some activity. I was walking in my truck. I looked up there. So check this out. Okay, so I see these crows, but look, there's a squirrel on the wall. Look, so the crows. So, you know, you got 2 crows, and this is interesting. Okay, so I've got 3 little clips. Uh-oh, my bad. That was at a wedding. I don't know how my thumb hit it. Let's go back, Jeff. That was my niece's wedding. Everybody was having a great time. Let's go back to Fox 28. Okay, I'm gonna go. You saw the first section. I got like 4 little clips. Okay, here it is again. All right, so listen, the crows are chasing the squirrel. Can you figure this out? I just stood there a minute and just wanted to see what was going on. And now they're talking, they're getting a game plan together, and the squirrel don't know what's going on. So he looks like he's trying to go, okay, look at him looking at him. Look. Jeff, you know all this stuff is going on out there? All right, let's go to the next clip over here. So they even get closer. So he's trying to get down, obviously. He don't like being up there on that wall, but he don't know if it's safe. So they don't. You would think they'd have a nest or something, but this time of year, I don't think the crows are nesting. Okay, about 1 more. So he signed it. He about decided to make a break for it. He thinks he's safe right now, but he's still undecided. The squirrels have a tendency to just make quick movements. Okay, 1 more. Let's see. So here he is. Here he's going down. He's headed down now. There he goes. There he goes. Now this is like a 10-minute frame right here. I sit and watch this. And then he goes up underneath that little, okay, there he goes. See him right there? He finally escapes. Okay, so he finally got loose, and so I just wanted to, you just never know what's going on with nature. It's always fascinating to me. I do have a couple of things. I was going to show you, the other day we were at the, I showed you a video of Maddox and selling the pumpkins, and Jeff told me we got over 300 hits on YouTube, and here's a picture of it that day, just a couple of pictures. Had so many folks coming in there, so many people were happy about it. So that was that video show last week, and Gail and Wendy and I just had a wonderful time. So we're glad to have so many views on it. I do have some pictures to show you. Let me see. One thing coming up, we're going to start, I'm going to run out of time, so let me skip over some of these right here. We want to show this right here. Bear Creek, we haven't talked a lot about Bear Creek. Kayakers up there, nice mess of crappie on Bear Creek. Now that is some good fishing right there. You get a chance to get that, okay? And then, let's see, this is Highland Park, we showed that. Kenny Bostrick sent this to me. Hey Winston, now he's up in Missouri every year. I shot a big doe with my crossbow. Blessed to still be able to climb at age 73. Took her at 40 yards. And you look at the size of that. I said, that's awesome, Kenny. That's a big doe. He and his wife and family will eat all winter off that big doe right there. And don't forget, next week, we talked about this yesterday, but next Saturday is the big Shout Out Directors Brim Tournament down there. And I will talk about, let's see, let me skip over that, I'll come back to that. Okay. Go and put this on your calendar. I know we're about a month away from it, a little bit over a month. Well, actually, no, we're not. We're like a couple of weeks away from it. November the 5th. The 15th annual Elizabeth Bottoff Memorial. Folks, we've covered every one of these and helped promote it. And we're proud to do it again. So, registration November 4th at Sunjammers. Entry fee $40. Okay, we'll talk more about that. This is funny. This is, if you remember this, hey, Coach Chester, it's Levi Phillips. How you doing? Watch your show just about every day. Look what I won last night at Wild Beast Feast cookout at Highland Park Baptist. A Yeti 65-quart cooler. That what's funny about that. I told him what's funny. Congratulations, Levi. I heard your name called out. That's the same one. I won that one last year in red color, and old Bubba wins it this year. So it's all connected to the Panhandle Outdoors TV show. If you either watch the show or do the show, you can, good chance, average, you're going to win that big cooler. That was a lot of fun. And I've showed you pictures of that. So anyway, that's sort of, I have some more pictures too. We'll try to catch up on them on Monday if we can. Let's take a look at our drawing. It's been going really good as far as getting everything done. I did have one more picture to let's see. This is a raffle. Let me go talk about Elizabeth Bottoff tournament. This is a raffle that you can just buy some tickets to it. Okay, I do want to show this. You don't have to be entered or anything. You just go buy and tickets are $10 each or 5 for $40, and you can win that $1,800, almost $2,000 kayak from Hobie. So I want to encourage you to take advantage of that if you can. You run by Sunjammers anytime and buy some of those tickets and run down there and see all that. I do have, let's end on a picture on this one. This is your dog watching you miss the 26th bird of the day. Is that not a classic picture? And we've all been there where a dog wants to go get the bird, but you can't knock it down. Okay. All right, so and I want to do a little segment on hiking in October. You get a chance to do any kind of get outdoors and walk, just any kind of hiking. I had all kinds of stuff lined up. I don't have time to get into it. Maybe I'll cover next week some good hiking trails. I always talk about Terrell State Park, what a great place it is to go hiking, and it should be it should be all cleared up by now. And I haven't been there since Hurricane Michael, but I know it really got damaged then. But I know they were in the process of cleaning it, and so we're going to be. If you've been up there, let me know so everybody can. But that's a great place to go hiking. Any of our state park areas have a good place. All right, here's our drawing. $20 gift certificate to Tarpon Dock Seafood. It's going to be all the way from Fountain, Katie Combs Brewster, Katie Brewster from Fountain. And the big red snapper is going to be Jeff Simmet from on the big red snapper. That's two big winners there, and we'll get set up for our Friday fishing forecast, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Glad to be with us. Wrapping up a big week here on Panhandle Outdoors. Hope you're getting ready to do some good outdoor activities this weekend. I always get just really fascinated by looking at our sandhill ponds. I just want to show you one more again. I've shown them before. How many sandhill ponds we have here in Florida. I'm going to, Greenhead's in the middle, but just take a look at the ponds themselves. I'm going to sort of zoom in on some different areas. Look at all this water up here. I'm talking about clear, clean water. I can't name all of them, but I just, flying over them, if you get a chance, I know you don't get it. I think what would be fun if you had a hot air balloon and could just go over all of these. But the sandhill ponds all throughout Washington County, Northern Bay County. That's just Wausau at the top right there, in that area there. But what a beautiful area, the Econfina Creek and all, just really nice. And then the springs over here, Ponce de Leon, the Funiac Springs. We don't talk a lot about all these little creeks and all. And that brings me to what I wanted to talk about at the beginning of the fishing forecast. And what made me think about it was what we call bank fishing, fishing on the bank of the creek or the river. But most of us always fished on the bank of a small creek. And there's so many small creeks around, but a lot of people used to do it, then most people started getting in boats. But now I'm finding some people going by just creek, fishing in the creek. And all you need just need a bucket and some worms and crickets and a fishing pole. You put them in both hands. I can still remember seeing my Granny Mills from Hosford doing that. I wish I could take a picture of that, but I can still remember as a kid. That's all she had was, and just sitting on it. You can sit on a bucket and catch bank fishing if you get a chance to do that. Now you also do it in ponds, but along the freshwater, keeping up the freshwater theme. The river's low, like we talked about. I've heard people getting in those potholes, catching a mess of fish. It's still low, so keep that in mind too. The potholes all throughout, especially in the upper Choctawhatchee River. It's not that effective as far as the Apalachicola River, as far as finding those potholes, but when it's low, on the lower end of Apalachicola, that water's coming out of the sloughs, and that's when you don't get back up in those sloughs, that's where a lot of stuff's going. Let's jump over to saltwater. Pier report, Tuesday night, the big old school of bluefish came in. Everybody hooked up on some blues. They were about 15 to 18 inches. I know they had a lot of fun. Bluefish are a lot of fun to catch. Not that good to eat, but I was on Tuesday night. So the fall run, we should be catching kings off the pier. I haven't got a lot of reports yet, but the fall run now affects the pier as it does the surf. And speaking of surf fishing, before we get to surf fishing, remember tomorrow will be the last day to go fishing for flounder or gigging for flounder. It's my understanding it will end tomorrow night at midnight. So if you're out there gigging and all, you got to be back to the boat ramp before midnight. Don't stay out there 2 a.m. into the 16th of this month, because it won't be good. But surf fishing, we're peaking out. We're right here in the middle of February. I say this every year. And it's funny how social media people are starting to say, well, look, we're catching a lot in October. Duh. It's always been like that. That fall run is so important. And like I say, get a chance to go, really take advantage of it this weekend and get out there early. And the reports I'm getting, and one great thing about social media, I'm able to get different feeds from the reports from different areas. And a lot of people are catching them early. And I personally have always been an early fisherman. I get out there almost at daybreak, and I just, like I say, fish to 9 or 10. And then some people are doing it later on, around dark and all. So those are two really good times. I got a good report on some whiting being caught on the west end. Don't forget around that Camp Helen area, especially the west end of Panama City Beach, is not as crowded as South Walton or at Panama City Beach. That west end is that one little area you can still go to and not be wall-to-wall people. So get there early and any of those public access. I can promise you there will be some pompano caught on the west end this weekend, also all along, you know the areas, we'll talk about it, all along the Mexico Beach area. They'll be catching pompano in Mexico Beach area. The St. George Island, the east end of St. George Island. Let me go ahead and go to the east end of St. George Island. I got some good reports right here. Again, at the state park, I showed it a lot, but the east end right there have been good reports. Also saw a good picture of the, right here at the pass. We're talking about a Bob Sykes cut. This time of year, the bull reds are running through this area. They're coming back through the beach. They're coming out of the bay along the beach, but right there, that area there, some really bull reds coming. So anywhere where you've got those channels, it could be Panama City Pass, but it's so busy. See, St. George Island Pass is not that busy as far as boats. That's just a crown jewel right there. If you got a boat to go out there and fish it, Destin Pass is good, but again, it's a lot more busier. But those passes right there, those bull reds are coming in this time of year. Really good fishing. Let's see. I did talk about a whiting. I got about run out of time. This weekend, the go-to places I would go bank fishing, the freshwater, bass fishing is going to be excellent. Okay, fly fishing is going to be good. I would go ahead and the top pick if I couldn't go but one place this weekend. It would be pompano fishing somewhere around Cape San Blas or Mexico Beach or out here at the San Andrews State Park. That would be my place to go on the west end. So I pretty well covered, I think I covered everything. Don't forget the potholes and fresh water. Appreciate y'all watching Panhandle Outdoors. We got some big lineup next week and all kind of cool stuff coming on, some special guests. You have a great weekend. Enjoy our beautiful outdoors. Do something good for someone else today, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.